I would call upon the light because for me, all of this was very loving.
Simone Peer never saw anything wrong with being a white witch. In her mind, it was the good side of the occult.
I was a white witch, and this was white witchcraft that was divine and heavenly.
Simone grew up learning about the occult from her mom, who consulted psychics and spirits.
Horoscopes, numerology, the Ouija board, seeing ghosts, psychic phenomenon was normal.
However, what would drive her deep into that world was the physical and verbal abuse she suffered by a close family member and being molested by a neighbor when she was 5 years old. She never told anyone.
I think I also took it on as I just must be completely unlovable and worthless.
Those feelings would lead a teenage girl into a life of promiscuity and drug and alcohol use. Even thoughts of suicide would torment Simone throughout high school and into college. While on college break, she met a woman who taught her how to read tarot cards. For Simone, it was the beginning of finding answers and truth.
My attention would be drawn into different details of the card that would sort of open a door on that invisible side that would tell me those secrets.
Simone immersed herself into New Age philosophy and practices. At age 20, she became a self-proclaimed white witch. She was convinced the things she practiced were good for people, and especially herself.
I kept believing that if I pursued more and more and more light, that I would find the answer to what was wrong with me, and somehow I would get fixed, and it would all just feel better.
Simone would spend the next 30 years seeking enlightenment and attaining the highest level of white witchcraft, the High Priestess. Simone participated in animal sacrifices.
It was the shedding of blood in which we were able to be cleansed, healed, and gain power and rise through levels of initiation. Eventually, when I keep coming back, I would have that much light. And then when you became completely light, you became the light that came back and fed the other souls working their way up the reincarnation, getting reborn ladder.
Still, no matter how high she climbed or enlightened she became, there was an emptiness she couldn't shake.
There were so many things about the spiritual path that I loved and that made me feel happy. My life was a contradiction in that I also was in the deepest, darkest pit. This is the beautiful deception.
In 2017, desperately seeking truth and peace, Simone stumbled across a video of famed heavy metal musician Alice Cooper. He was talking about how the one true Jesus Christ freed him from alcoholism and gave him a new life.
And I realized that I was an ambassador for Satan. I didn't even know what it meant to have Jesus. I didn't understand it at all. I just knew that my heart cracked open. I knew that he was there, and I knew I was a yes. When I went through that salvation prayer and there were points of repentance, what really stood out to me was thinking that I was God, the thinking that my spells were not manipulations of other people and other things. And I just said it out and out loud and raised my hand to God, and I pleaded and repented and prayed.
Within weeks, Simone had thrown away everything she had associated with the occult. She also started attending church, where she went through the process of being delivered from demonic strongholds.
I have no idea how many demons I was delivered from. I noticed in my heart and spirit, I felt free.
Today, Simone is a certified life coach who lets everyone know that Jesus is the true light of the world, and everything you're seeking can be found in him.
For those who walk the same path that I did, Jesus is the answer that you are looking for. He truly is.